Alright people, Mike Alden here again. Welcome back to another Baldurs Gate 3 Honor Mode video. Today I'm just going to fight the phase spiders and the big Matriarch giant spider boss that's down in the well in the Blighted Village. Again, as usual, I like to split up my party, do some little stealthy attacks to kick things off, and sort of keep the rest of the party out of combat as long as possible. Had a nice successful stealth hit there. Unfortunately I couldn't use my dread ambusher ability to wipe out this spider, so I think I went and got Astarion, who's hiding somewhere else. Or actually I was in turn-based mode, so that didn't work out. I don't think the spider heals itself, but it did run over here and sort of trigger combat. So this wasn't an ideal start. But yeah, I did get enough damage to put this spider down pretty quickly. And then I could sort of retreat a little, get back into a hiding position, and draw the rest of these enemies over to the rest of my characters who still aren't in combat, and they can sort of get the drop on these other enemies. It's what I like to do often, really, is just split up my entire party. I'll send in Astarion next. He's also a little stealthy, sneaky archer, rogue. My main character's a ranger who will be speccing into a rogue after level 5, which is when the ranger class sort of runs out of power, really. And then you want to start speccing into rogue to get more benefits of being an archer, stealth archer. So let's see, yeah, I think I go for this phase spider, nice little sneak attack. Good job, Astarion, that was a really nice bit of damage. Now of course, I need to swap to Karlach, get her in here. She's disguised as a Githyanki at the moment. You can use a scroll of disguise self, or if you have the special helmet from the deluxe edition, you can just put that on and change Karlach's appearance to whatever race you need. I needed her to be a Githyanki because I gave her a big giant Githyanki sword I took from the Githyanki patrol in a previous video. And she does a lot of extra damage with that sword, extra +4 psychic damage, which is just useful. And you get other bonus Githyanki items later on in the game. When you go to the Githyanki crash, and you can give those to Karlach, and she'll do even more psychic damage and get even more benefits from being disguised as a Githyanki. Some people will just like to use Lizelle the entire game, so you don't have to go through the step of disguising Karlach. But I just prefer her barbarian abilities and frenzy attacks than the stuff that Lizelle can do. Although making Lizelle into an Eldritch Knight is pretty useful. But yeah, I think I'm just going to frenzy as Karlach here. I have some gloves on her that when she ends her frenzy mode, she'll get like 15 additional hit points. So that can be useful. Just go into frenzy and then intentionally end your rage, and you'll get 15 extra health points, which that can really save your life at random moments. Okay, so that's another phase spider down. They really don't stand much of a chance because of the stealthy way that I set this up. These end traps, or whatever they're called, they like to infest you when you get too close to them, so try to take them down with ranged attacks. If you go up to them and do a melee attack, they will infest you, and it's just going to be annoying, so try not to run in like this. I went in, I think I go in here and do an offhand strike. No, I wisely retreated. But yeah, I think I was thinking about doing an offhand strike, and then I remembered, oh wait, these guys infect you if you hit them like that. So yeah, Karlach's up here. She's got the Titan string bow, so she can do some decent damage with archery shots if she can land a shot. She's not really built for archery, but yeah, I stole the Titan string bow from the Zentrum down in their hideout after giving them the chest from the Knoll fight. in that cave. It unlocks if you give that chest to the Zentrum leader, they will unlock new items in the trader's inventory down there. And one of the items is the Titan String Bow. And then I like to just have Astarion rob that guy with the smuggler's ring and using guidance on himself so he gets a better chance. And also stealing the gloves of thievery from that same trader. He does even better pickpocketing success with that. But yeah, that's why Karlach has a Titan String Bow. Okay, so that's the first set down. And now we move on to the main event, which is fighting the Matriarch. Another little stealth attack here. Again, sending Astarion. And I think my main character can get in a hit. The spider is a bit far away, but we'll try it anyway. Okay, nice. So that's one of the spiders down. Now we want to get the attention of the Matriarch. I also still have Lump's Horn. We can call him one final time, but this time when we refuse to pay him or whatever, he's gonna like turn on us. First take out the clutch of eggs over at this area if you're doing it this way. So just so there's less of those little spiders running about, because they can be annoying. You can go around and take out more if you want to. Just make sure you're in stealth, and you just fireball one egg at a time. And then retreat so you don't get seen, fireball another one. But I tried to take out this other spider as well, just so we could deal with the Matriarch on its own. Missed, which was unfortunate. Not the best way to start this. But yeah, as long as we got rid of the clutch of eggs, it's over on this side of the battlefield, that'll help us out a little. And at this point, I was like, okay, we'll just call in Lump right away. Because we've started combat and Astarion is down in the area where we sort of want Lump to spawn. Because if you call him when you're up somewhere else, he might run in an awkward area and not be much use in the fight. But since he's going to be down here with us, if the spider comes near us, he's got to get in a good few whacks. I think ultimately Lump wasn't even that effective in this fight, but I didn't really have anywhere else I wanted to call him after this, and I thought there was a good chance he'd take a lot of damage during this fight, and I sort of wanted that to happen because we're going to want to take Lump down to get his crown of intelligence, because we need that to survive some skill checks at the Githyanki Crash against the Zathis machine, because we want to beat its skill checks, so that we can unlock an ability for our parasites. But yeah, that's for a different video. But yeah, that's why we ultimately want to take down Lump, is to get his circlet of intelligence or whatever it's called. So now that Lump's down here, I'm going to try to sneak away as Astarion. Bring in my other characters who are still hiding at other parts of this cave. Again, always wise to keep people sort of hiding out of combat and move them in one by one. It's going to be pretty slow, but it's just a good way to get people into the correct position. And if things start going wrong, you can always have a character who's hiding well out of the way, run back to camp, speak to Withers so he can resurrect everybody if they all went down. And yeah, it's just good to keep people just out of harm's way until really necessary. And I think what I was trying to do here was throw in a flaming, one of these alchemist fires to burn the spider web so the spider will drop. But it didn't do enough damage. It was actually a stupid move, because Astarion had done it pretty easily with a fireball, but I forgot fireballs do a lot more damage than an alchemist fire. So I quickly had to be like, okay, I think I have a fire arrow. If I throw in a fire arrow, that'll make the Matriarch fall, and then she'll be prone and we'll be able to do more damage to her. And I was like, okay, where's my fire arrows? And I was looking through my inventory. I was thinking about throwing in a void bulb here, but I was like, nah, that's probably stupid. And I remembered fire arrow, get that on the spider web, make her drop so she goes prone and takes quite a nice little chunk of damage there. And I could try to hit her with a Dread Ambusher ranged attack, although we are quite far away. I think, does this actually land? Oh yeah, it actually did land and did even more damage. That was unbelievably lucky. It was a 25% chance to hit. But because the spider was prone, I think that's why we had an advantage. Now I had to jump back to Karlak, who was hiding in another part of the cave. I left her where she was at the end of this other fight with the first set of phase spiders. Um, but yeah, she's gonna sneak in. We could have her stay up top and do attacks with the Titan string bow, but again, she's not really built for archery, Karlak. I just gave her the Titan string bow because it's a good option if she does end up having to do ranged at some part of the game. But I think I can sneak her down here if we climb down. Again, this is why it's really great not to keep everyone close together, and why you should separate your party so you can do little sneaky maneuvers like this. Now, I don't like how close this red cone is to seeing Karlak, so I jump over it, and I somehow managed to pass a stealth check, or got a hiding success there. So hopefully when you're doing this, if you are doing it this way, you don't have to sneak past anyone like that, because it could pop Karlak too early before she gets a chance to do a big hit on the spider. Nice, another good chunk of damage. We're doing pretty alright without Lump. He hasn't even done anything yet. Shadowheart, I had her hiding right next to the entrance, but I was like, you know what, we're doing so well against the spider, I'm gonna move her in and see if she can, for once, do some damage, some serious damage. She's got inflict wounds, and she's got this circlet on her head that if she's obscured, her spells have a better chance of landing or whatever. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna move her in, make sure she's in stealth, stays obscured. That's why there's like this little dark cloud coming off her head. Why it looks like she's smoking or something is because I went to the Underdark previously through the Zentrum entrance. You can go down there, elevator, get to the Underdark early, go to the Myconid colony, and then just either buy or again get the Asterion to pickpocket the vendors that are around the Myconid colony. I think it's the Mind Flayer down there, or kill him, or whatever his name is. Then you can get that circlet. Again, somehow Shadowheart passed that hiding check. That was really lucky. But yeah, you can get this circlet that does more spell damage when you're obscured. I think it's something like that. So I tried Inflict Wounds, and I think it landed for a good, nice, decent chunk of damage. Shadowheart's not really known as a damage dealer in my parties. She's always a healer and buffer who occasionally throws in spears if she's up top somewhere, because the gravity damage guarantees that her spears will at least do some kind of damage if she throws them from up high enough. Even if they miss a direct hit, she'll still get in some damage that way. I think I have Asterion just high aim for this spider. That was a mistake because he missed. Finally, Lump moves and does something. I think he takes out this spider, does he? No. This little clutch of spiders, they finally jump in. They're pretty dangerous, actually, if they're all grouped around one character. They can just eat your health pretty quickly, even though they are very easy to defeat. It's better if you don't allow any of them to spawn. But, yeah, I'll just have to deal with them. But again, we did so much damage to the Spider Matriarch on our first sort of set of turns that she really didn't even get a chance to do anything. Aside from get that one batch of spider eggs out, and I destroyed another one. So you could maybe get Asterion to destroy all of them, but yeah, I just destroyed the safest set for us to destroy. Okay, the Spider Matriarch's up now. She's no longer prone. We can afford to eat some damage here because Karlak's a big tank, and Shadowheart, she's our healer. She has some healing spells she can do, so don't worry about them getting too much damage. Asterion is surrounded by these annoying little spiders. I thought about running away, but I was like, I might as well try to put some of them down. just to get them out of the way, because they can eat his health pretty easily if he tries to like run past them and provoke some attacks. I think I do try to run here. But yeah, provoke an attack. Luckily that one missed. Ran into the toxin like an idiot and then got a critical hit, which was annoying. But I was trying to hide behind Lump here, who really wasn't really necessary at all now that I look back on this footage. But yeah, I decided I wanted to take him down soon in case I forget and he shows up in your camp one evening if you don't call him a third time, and then you have to fight him in your camp, which could be annoying if you're in a bad position health wise one evening before you can sleep and recover. So yeah, I was thinking about pushing some of these spiders, but yeah, it was going to be pointless. I think I just down a health potion as Karlach here, do I? Well, Karlach doesn't really need it. But I've stolen plenty of health potions, so at this point I don't really have to worry about them. Lump was worth bringing because he took a massive hit there from the Spider Matriarch. She did her like legendary ability, which is to encase somebody in webbing, I'm pretty sure, and they can't get out of it. So yeah, I think, did that finish off? No, she's still got 2 or 3 hit points. But Lump's now encased in webbing, which is pretty good for us because we're going to take him down anyway. But he really had nothing to do in this fight, really, except take out one tiny spider. And thankfully tank that hit for Astarion, so he didn't get him webbed. Because I can't remember how you get somebody out of it when they are webbed. Oh, the Spider Matriarch died. I think the fire that I had put on her from the Alchemist Fire finally burned her down, maybe. And Shadowheart, she can still heal while Astarion's out of range. But yeah, we've basically done this now, and all we have to worry about is these other little tiny spiders, and also taking out Lump, because he will turn on us after this fight when we refuse to pay him for the final time or whatever. So he's pretty hilariously, he got encased in web. I really didn't plan that, but it's probably a good thing it happened, because it might have happened to Karlach or someone if he wasn't there. So yeah, I don't mind that I summoned him. Took out that final phase spider, and then let's see, yeah, put a hunter's mark on Lump just so he takes more damage from our next few hits. Yeah, do I go back up here to get the height advantage on archery? Or the high ground advantage? And I think there's Astarion. Did I just get him to do a little stealth attack? Oh, there's another spider near here. But I think I went for it anyway. Took more damage. It's alright if Astarion goes down, I'll just resurrect him with one of the scrolls. I have plenty of them that I've stolen from various vendors. So I'm just gonna lay in the Lump here while he's like completely ensnared and can't really do anything. Ran into some toxin again like an idiot. That's probably one of the worst things about fighting these spiders, is when they die they leave pools of toxin all over the place, and it's really easy to just run into them like an idiot. Because they're sort of hard to see, they sort of blend into the ground in darker areas. So yeah, Shadowheart, again, I like getting her to throw spears. Didn't do a lot of damage, but oh well, might as well throw it in, and I might as well just heal Karlach for the sake of it, just in case Lump gets free. But again, I'm not sure how the legendary ability of the Matriarch works, if he's just permanently trapped until it wears off or whatever. But yeah, I think he is just entombed and can't get out of it. But yeah, we're just gonna take him down. These annoying little baby spiders are still here, but yeah, they can't really do anything to Astarion. He went down due to the toxin, I think, or maybe he was infested or something from attacking Lump. But yeah, it doesn't really matter too much. We've got like 40 health potions I've stolen from vendors. It's really not a problem. And is Shadowheart going to get the last hit for throwing in a spear? There we go. And that is the Spider Matriarch and Lump all done in one video. Thanks for watching, people, and I'll see you again next time with some more Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode videos.
Time to get going.